It's time for that one time of the season where we all gather, we take a look back, and we see exactly what unfolded in what was called the most unfortunate season, the unluckiest of seasons, but it turned out to be lucky for many. Many got their first wins, as you see in the icons, many got their first title reigns, and I do believe it's time to point some of that out, call out our superstars, and see what unfolded this season, because good day, good people. It's another fine day in the year of the Radiance. Toon Link, Dave, Bravo, Dave, Anomaly, Lucaris, few know me as the man. Who's excited to come back to this? And is excited because I reworked the database and it is working much quicker. So I'm gonna take a second just to just stop for a moment, because I just had to think for a second. The way that I designed the database was just quick and nitty gritty, because I didn't think I'd be doing 13 seasons. In my mind, I was like, oh yeah, we'll probably do 3 or 4 and then it'll wane off and it'll be fine. And now we're here at 13, which is kind of fun. It's kind of neat. But we are here by the numbers, and I had to redo none of the tables. All the tables are fine. I just had to redo all of the database logic. So it's working fine. We got all of our cumulative killers again, because it doesn't have to query through every single season over and over again. We just have temporary tables and everything's working A-OK. But I digress. I'm gonna just talk for a little bit longer, because I took just a second to look at all of the records, and there's a record for every character for every episode. There's a lot of records. We have a whole lot of records, but let's talk about exactly what happened here in Season 13. We dubbed it the unluckiest season. We had misfortune all over the place. However, through the misfortune, we actually saw a lot, and I repeat, a whole lot of new champions. Let's take a look first, just zoom in there, on our icons. We had, in fact, no, zoom back out, don't do that yet. Go ahead. First of all, who do you think got the most KOs this season? Who was the most KOing person or team this season? Go ahead and answer those questions. Also, who did you vote for in the fan votes? Because those get revealed and we finally fill out the brackets today in this by the numbers brawl. And of course, if somebody finishes first and they're not already on their respective brackets, there we go. And they're not already on this respective brackets, then they go ahead to that finale as well. So this is for something. By the numbers battle means something, but let's look at who made it to by the numbers battle this season, who performed this season. We start off with young Mitarai. And that's why we call him an icon. Not only did he get his first win, he got his first title win at the head of the season, and the premiere became champion. And then won again in the next singles episode, which is wild and crazy. 2 wins in a row. Young Mitarai, who hasn't won in 12 seasons prior, came out clutch, came out on top, and did the thing. Congratulations to him. Shuichi, the champion. And I want to talk about Shuichi specifically. His friends here, KG and Licorn. Liko, they're both here as well. As a tag team, they claimed the titles. However, when they lost the title, Shuichi also went on to claim his very first singles title. So Shuichi has honestly had one heck of a season. He's held both the tag team titles and the singles title. Do not forget about that. Shuichi is that man's mama. There goes that man's. Speaking of, they lost the titles to another trio of people who had never held the titles before: Kurumi, Kanji, and Chi-Chi. And I just want to keep stepping through this because they lost the titles to Kamaru, who's definitely held the titles before, but she brought titles to Oda and Mishima. And Fat Togami, who's held the tag team titles before, after Chaos Reign brought new titles to Kai and Yelan. Espionage, your current tag team champions. They are true icons this season. And I think I wanted to point this out specifically because this season was iconic in naming new champions. I don't know if we've had a season that's had more new champions than this season. I'm pretty sure that's accurate, and mostly because of Chaos reigning and tag team action, especially so often. Deep Fried Chicken, incredible Agents of Chaos, might be future Hall of Famers together. They're already in the premiere. But let's go through our second placers real quick as we run through them. We had Shirokuma, Daisaku, Ruruka, Nagito, Hiro, Fat Togami, back to back by the way, Sakura, Teru, Mew, Sayaka, and lo and behold, look who got that last second place of the season by technicality because zombies don't count. Mondo gets the last silver medal of the season. But as we go on to the tag team side, we see Sakura again in there, but in the mix we also see the Wanderer. Monokuma, Beto, Sakura as we said, Arthur, Violet, Sojiro, Nagito, Yuta, the Gatekeeper, and Chisa back to back. And that's when you gotta kind of pay attention. That was back to back for nothing to report. And then Tiki, heartbreaking in her last appearance in tag team action. Unless you guys voted her in, I guess? You didn't. She wasn't in the final 5 teams. But she could win for her team today. Last in terms of singles action, Seiko finished last a couple of times this season. Which is surprising because she's one of the best. She's one of the greats. Monosuke and Monokid, Nekamaru, Kazuichi, Crazy Yoko Extra Large, Makoto, Juzo, and Togami are all there standing tall. Well, not really standing tall. They finished in last. Standing not so tall. But as we go to tag team action, we see freaking Sayaka, Ningguang, Komeiji, Kyutaro, Monokuma, Kawakami, Gatekeeper again, Chihaya, Taka, the Grand Boy, Genocide Jack, and Dai Saku. And now we can start getting into some of the real statistics, some of the true blue statistics. As we scroll down, we see singles action, those who got 7 or more kills in a singles game, or a single game rather. Nagisa got 7. I clearly forgot to put the -7 in there, but rounding off with 8, was it 7? It might have been 9. I'm pretty sure it was 7, hold up. I got the database right here. Anyway, young Mitarai and Kotoko both getting 8 in a single game. I feel like Nagisa was 7. I'm almost certain. Look at those 3. It's an interesting 3 too. Ultra Spare Girls honestly had a pretty decent season when you look at just the number of people who are appearing in this episode, season 13 singles. Yes, Nagisa did indeed have 7. I should have known. I should have trusted my gut. I was like, I'm like 100% sure. Anyway, when we go to tag teams who had 7 or more in a single episode, it drastically increases. We have the Dr. Taichi, Nekamaru, Lian, Kai, Naoto, all 7 KOs in a single episode. And ups a little bit, we see Nagito, Kanji, and Tinko with 8. And then, lo and behold, showing out strong, 9 in a single episode, which would have been a secret achievement if it were in singles action, Fat Togami and Crazy Hiyoko. However, let's now take a look at cumulatively the top 5 teams in terms of KOs this season. We got Nagito, Reiko, and On, 22 kills between the 3 of them. Flames of Rebellion didn't get 5th, but actually instead tied for 4th. It was a 3-way tie. Dancing Queens, Crazy Yoko, Iris, and Olivia also claimed 22 between the 3 of them, and I Need a Hero between Masaru, Crom, and Noelle, all 22. Just edging out 23 in a single season between all 3 of these competitors, Soldier of Fortune, Mukuro, Naoto, and Shamir. Not surprised that they got all those KOs. Lasting Shot, after last season being forgotten, this season tried to make their mark. Second most KOs for the team together, Nekamaru, Mizuki XL, and Joker. Mommy in their first season as a trio, you simply cannot beat the Mommy Milkers. 27 KOs, 1 season. They went up, they showed up, and they showed off. They are the queens of KOs as a team this season. However, that was all of the season together. Let's see how people do in terms of top singles KOs. Our champion and our preseason princess tied at 15. Shuichi and Kotoko. In second, young Mitarai appeared a lot this season because it was holding that championship. 17 KOs between all those appearances. And at the top we had Nagisa, who had an excellent season. I'll be frank, very good in singles action. Not super great in tag team action, but very good in singles action. And as you'll see, his face is going to show up a lot more because this season was very good for him. So good, in fact, that it pushed him into the top 5 cumulative kills of all time. Carried the team. Those who got the most kills in singles action, tag team action, carrying their team, out of the 25 KOs, that that Lasting Shot had, Nekomaru had 16 of them. He popped off for them. Nagito with 16 for Flames of Rebellion, 16 of their 22. And lastly, also 22, but Crazy Yoko had 17 KOs in tag team action. She popped off, she showed up, she showed off. And of course, all together, cumulative season 13, the top 3 Nagisa, 21 KOs, mostly from tag team action, but from singles action rather, but the 2 he got from tag team action, you know, he did alright. Nagito with 23. He kind of spaced out. He did better in tag team action, but he also did pretty okay in singles action. And last but not least, mainly thanks to his performance in the most recent episode of tag team action, Fat Togami chalked up, I think 8 or 9. I think 9 KOs in that episode, maybe 8. It's up there somewhere. Fat Togami jumped up to 24 total. New tag team champion, and he earned it. From that episode. However, now we gotta look at our top 5 cumulative killers of all time. Nobody's broken 200 yet, but gosh darn it, we're getting close. Toka with 162, Nagisa in 4th with 165. The new champion, Shuichi, has always been up there, is now 175. Nagito. 2nd place at 189 and still at the top of the mountain. Freaking Sayaka will likely close in on her 200th KO. Could do it if she pops off in the finale. We'll have to wait and see. But we also have your fan votes. Now let me tell you, some of these were very, very close. Some of them closer, or as close as they possibly can be. The last placers, the 2nd placers, the heavy hitters, Misfortune and Souls rather, Champ Slayers, cross teaming, and of course the tag team, the sole tag team fan vote. And that's a general run through of the numbers. You saw who performed well. Nagisa, he popped off, but he was quiet, and his team didn't get onto the bracket, but he got onto the singles bracket, and he deserved it because he had 19 KOs because he popped off. He sure enough did. However, that's everybody. We have a lot of teams on here who are actually not already in the finales, but of course everyone who's already in the finales are trying to stop anyone from getting put onto these brackets so they can have a better chance of winning those titles, or, in terms of our champions appearing multiple times, retaining those titles. So, make your picks 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. Who is on here that is not already on the brackets, do you hope, that you pray, makes it forward? Let me know in the comments. I'm gonna make 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. And who do you think, in your heart, performed the best this season? I mean, we see the numbers, so you know who performed the best, but like, who do you think performed the best? You know, because you have to like take things into account. It was certain people's first seasons, like Kai and Yelan, or it wasn't Kai's first season at all, not in the slightest, but Mishima's first season, and both of their first seasons they got tag team titles. Look at that. Chi-Chi, who if you don't just look in the scheme of the Hunger Games, won that tag team title, but also beat Hu Tao and kind of turned her whole perspective, her whole life around. Although now she's kind of on the downward trend again. Chi-Chi, we'll see what happens. Gatekeeper and Chisa back-to-back is unfortunate. Juzo, no. Togami, no. Seiko, I think, was surprisingly bad this season. Finished last place a couple of times. I think that's like the biggest points here. Those are all your numbers. I think we're just set to go. Make your picks. I'm gonna make some picks. I want to see Kawakami, Taka, and Nane Chiaki via, there goes my water bottle, via Kawakami taking first. I want to see them go on to that tag team finale. If I had to pick one for singles, Crazy Yoko Extra Large. She didn't have the best season, but I mean, like, she had an okay season. It wasn't really that okay. She was here. She showed up. She showed up and she tried. However, let's fill out these brackets, because this is going to be a longer game because it's 109 people, even though a lot of them repeat. Let's get the show on the road. Asner, do you just want to... Thank you. I was going to say, we might as well not do anything crazy. A lot of craziness has already happened this week. Luckily, Hunger Games Camilla doing alright. Luckily, Emblem Camilla doing alright. AWE Camilla, if you haven't heard, you can check Monday's video at the very beginning. Or you can just wait until tomorrow, because man, really unfortunate for her, but it's very good for Hina. Hey, let's see how many times we are rolling. Full 6! And I have this mouse from work earlier today, right there. We have a full 6. So for all 109 competitors, somewhere in that range, we were simply not 1 time, not 2 times, not 3 times, not 4 times, not 5 times, but for what is about to be a long, long, long battle. By the numbers battle. 6 times. This is not a championship match. 6 times. Imagine if the titles were on the line in this. Doesn't happen in this one. That's clearly against the rules. We have a bunch of people just competing a whole bunch of times. Let's go on, let's proceed, and we will see. And of course, every time that a fan vote dies, you will get to see who's behind that fan vote when we get those Claire de Lunes. Let's see. As we start all off, it is indeed the bloodbath. The tributes stand on their podiums, the horns that all sound, so horn bearers, you know what you do. Even in by the numbers, sound them. Thank you, horn bearers. Proud of you. However, Naoto runs away from the cornucopia. Shuichi steps off his podium too soon and blows up. Luckily, he's not the only Shuichi here. Makoto, Monokuma, Sojiro, Nagisa, and Nagita will have a party to boost morale. During it, Sojiro turns off the lights and kills Makoto. Nekomaru, Crazy Yoko, Extra Large, and Yeon assist each other in getting the best of weapons. Crazy Yoko runs away from the cornucopia. Nagito finds a teleporter and teleports him right behind me. Don't you dare try and trap me, boy. Sayaka runs away from the cornucopia. Liko runs away as well. The doctor begged for one of Reiko's weapons. She killed the doctor in response with one. Dang. Shiki takes a shuckle from inside the cornucopia. Nagito finds an ocarina inside the cornucopia. Rentaro wanted to kill him for it, but the sound warms his heart, and he spares Nagito. And then Nagito, too, enters the arena via skydiving, crash lands, and perishes. One of them had good luck, one of them had bad luck. It is truly the Nagito parallel. Crom runs away from the cornucopia. Champ Slayer fan vote would get misplaced perk, but I guess it doesn't really matter at this point because they won't be an Orteal, so I don't gotta write it down, but who do you think would have gotten it? We're about to find out. Arthur enters the arena skydiving and ends up crash landing and perishes. That just seems about right for Arthur. Hiroko gets down on one knee, proposes to Sakura. Sakura laughs at Hiroko and continues to do so as she leaves her there. You know what? With the dichotomy that's going on in the AWE, I'm not surprised she laughed at her. I feel like she should have beaten her up. Ruka spears Shirokuma in the abdomen. Chisa rips a mace out of Toko's hands. Fun fact, a group of alligators is called a congregation. Violet wants to be a preacher and lets a congregation of alligators loose in the arena. Kai finds Shuichi in the cornucopia, but Shuichi kills him. Goodness gracious, Shuichi. That's our champ. Daisaku finds a vision. Why would the Archons leave something like this here? Ningguang finds an arrow. Huh. A couple of arrows in the cornucopia. Kriku grabs a bow, but upon checking her supplies, it was actually a fishing rod. How unlucky, rather. Kazuichi decides to lend Avi a hand and kills a Komodo dragon that's loose in the arena. Don't try and butter me up, Kazuichi. Camilla grabs as many weapons as humanly possible. Gatekeeper finds a torn photo of Noelle in his pocket with the word daddy scribbled on the back. Huh? Juzo runs away from the cornucopia. Monika convinces Keiji, Togami, Nagito, Crazy Yoko, and Naoto to boycott the killing game. Heavy Hitters fan vote runs away from the cornucopia. Grand Boy takes a running start, Superman punches Komeiji, sending him flying across the arena. Mukura finds a backpack full of camping equipment. Shuichi takes a running start, Superman punches Monokuma across the arena. Monosuke severely injures Mitarai, puts him out of his misery. Nagisa grabs a backpack and retreats. Nekomaru finds a samurai outfit, enhancing his senses, unsheathing his sword, slices his own tag team partner in two before walking away from the bloodbath. He might win the whole thing. Crazy Yoko runs away from the cornucopia, as does Kai and Sayaka. Teru, the lad, sets on an explosive, killing Beto. That's not really lad-like of you, actually, Teru. We love Beto. Second placers fan vote, Karumi and Nekomaru get into a fight. Nekomaru is popping off. Both of them are. Nagisa, Nekomaru was like, I don't need this team, I have myself. Nagisa runs away from the cornucopia, and hey, Mitarai can't remember who he is. Mishima tries to help him remember. Iris and Kanji fight for a bag. Iris strangles Kanji with the straps and runs. Mitarai is still running away from the cornucopia. Jack decides to head back to the cornucopia to look for supplies when she gets to the middle of the arena, the cornucopia is gone. Fun fact, a group of alligators is called a congregation. The Misfortune fan vote wants to be a preacher and lets a congregation of alligators loose in the arena. But is that Akane? We'll see. Masaru finds a bone and some arrows in a quiver. Fatsugami convinces Lian, the last place's fan votes, the cross-teaming fan vote, Tenko and Chi-Chi to boycott the killing game. Nekomaru sets off the explosive, killing off the Raiden Shogun and on Joker. Ignores the opening assembly, plays video games with Hero instead. Mondo already killed Kawakami at the start, penalized for it. Mondo, read the rules, get out of here. Togami comes to the arena to capture Sakura, a dangerous killer to escape from a insane asylum. Fatsugami grabs as many weapons as humanly possible. Kotoko finds a vision in the cornucopia. Why the Archons leave something like that here? Chihaya grabs a backpack and retreats. The Commons bet all of their mana coins on the fat man. The big boy. He better win. Nagisa runs away from the cornucopia. Kotoko investigates with Yuta but secretly kills Mew during the investigation. Investigated with her husband and then murdered her. Kotoko separating a family. Wanderer finds a talking Komodo dragon. The reptile says it's Taka. Asner's placed a curse on him. Huh. And the only way for it to be broken is for Wanderer to kiss Taka. The Wanderer shockingly agrees, kissing Taka, turning him back to normal. Olivia finds Dasaku's corpse in the cornucopia. I guess he's not alive. Seiko has been dilling and dallying on an essay that's due by the end of this episode. Now she has to work on it while also trying not to get killed. Nagito and Nagito try and find a way to escape. A dangerous team. Sayaka. That's why I like this by the numbers battle, because you can get dumb things like this, and I'm like, oh, you know what? That's kind of funny. Sayaka grabs a sword. Kyutaro smashes a healing potion over Shamir's head, simultaneously damaging and healing her. Tag team fan vote, which clearly can be Fatsugami, is tired and sick and tired of these reptiles. Grabs a hat, grabs a net, joins AV's animal control gatekeeper. Grabs as many weapons as humanly possible. Kanji immediately trips over the podium. How unlucky, gets the misstep perk. What I do have to write down though is Oda finding an invitation to the World Pancake Championship matchup. Oda, are you already in here? Nah, you get in there, my guy. Get in there. Yeah. Oda. And with that, we're done with the bloodbath. But we still have a whole day to get through. And it starts off with Yelan violently shaking a tree to knock loose some fruit. Jack gets turned into a Fall Guys bee, and oh no. In the arms of an angel. Nagito advertises his fan gone to Nagisa. Nagisa's impressed and checks it out. A Monokuma unit corners and mauls Teru. Taka isn't crying, he's sweating from his eyes. Sakura finds Shuichi's hat, puts it on. Monokuma confesses how much he's come to hate Lian. Lian kills Monokuma with his own weapon. Claws? Spears of Gungnir? Who knows? Kotoko camouflages herself in the bushes. Mukuro starts to hang up mistletoe in the arena. Shuichi swoops in, snaps her arm, burns the mistletoe. Olivia draws Among Us? The Pokemon? Sayaka confides in Togami. Gatekeeper finds the remains of a Viking ship rather. Gatekeeper, then, with Crazy Oak Extra Large, and Nagisa argue over what ingredients to buy from the arena supermarket. AV swears and despairs. Kazuichi makes a Danganronpa rewrite where Monika's the protagonist, Sojiro. Does it, or at least attempts to do a cool skateboarding trick to amuse Chisa. Chisa hates the attempt so much that she kills Sojiro with his own skateboard. Chisa, that's dastardly. That's terrible. How could you do such a thing? After buying all of the knives and AV's wares and despairs, Wanderer throws them at Nekomaru and the heavy hitters fan vote, stabbing them both to the heart. You guys are going to see a lot of these fan votes get revealed. Nagito receives a bottle of poison from an unknown sponsor. Camilla finds a slingshot and fires at Liko with such precision that it kills him. Goodness gracious, for a moment, Seiko thought she saw Junko and Omama. Obviously, she was just seeing things. Right? Misfortune fan vote diverts Monokuma's attention and runs away. Nagito acknowledges Naoto. Hiroko receives an explosion from an unknown sponsor. Nagisa doesn't believe in palindromes. Crazy Oko holds Champ Slayer fan vote's head underwater, but the Champ Slayer fan vote grabs her arm, pulls her into the lake with them. Both of them are unable to kill one another, so they simply swim away. Tiki is full of it. What is it, you may ask? Death. Well, rest in peace to her. Noelle finds my boxing gloves. You get them, girl. They're rated E for everybody. Crazy Yoko plants some trees. Mitrai spins so fast he becomes a human Beyblade. Grand Boy punches Reiko off of a cliff, screaming, "Punch Club forever!" I didn't know that the cat could punch with his tiny little paws. Tinko gets off to a rocky start with her new professor, Joker. Kotoko embraces the power of positivity. Keiji puts cat ears on Nagito. It's so cute that it kills Keiji. Chihaya silently snaps Naruto's neck. Goodness gracious. Masaru raises Toko's hopes, then dashes them quite expertly. Sakura, this is a majority vote. Hit the majority vote music, why don't you? Sakura, Yuta, Nagito, Sayaka, the last placer's fan vote, and Juzo are forced to play the majority game. Sakura, who received the most votes, was unfortunately the keymaster. So every single one of them perishes. Sakura has expired. Yuta has expired. Nagito has expired. Sayaka has expired. Your last placer's fan vote has expired. And Juzo has expired. But we must go on. As Ruka falls into a bit, but actually does not expire. Monosuke finds the Infinity Gauntlet in the cornucopia, runs immediately upon touchdown, checking his supplies, it's gone. How unlucky. Chi-Chi shoots a poisonous dart into the tag team fan vote's neck, slowly killing them. My gosh. Komeiji shoots an arrow into Crazy Yoko's head. Daisaku is stronger than he appears. Kai spends a day ticket on Shuichi. Togami is pricked by thorns while picking berries. Oda is the best in the world! Cross-teaming fan vote, Fatogami and Shamir get into a fight, but the cross-teaming fan vote triumphantly kills them both. Other Fatogami, though, is here with Nekomaru and Iris arguing over what ingredients to buy from the Arita supermarket Avi's wears and despairs. Ningguang sees smoke right in the distance but decides not to investigate. Kyutaro throws a pebble in anger in a strange series of events. It causes a landslide, killing Nekomaru, Kanji, and Mishima Nagisa. Advertises Fangon to Fatogami. Fatogami is impressed and checks it out. Mitarai throws a cup of coffee at Sayaka. The scalding hot liquid kills Sayaka. He likes it hot. It would seem that Violet and Hiro have come to a standstill in Tarzan's force. Me and Nekomaru, you know what? Go way back! Nagito searches for firewood and Crom plants some trees. We lost 43, nearly half. Me, yeah, this will be a long one. Game, how about we lose 43? It is a Claire de Lune. And revealing of many fan votes for Shuichi, Makoto, the Doctor, Nagito, Arthur, Shirakuma, Kai, Young Mitarai, Mizuki, Beidou, your second placer's fan vote, Sakura, Karumi, Kanji, the Raiden Shogun, On, Mondo, Kawakami, Mew, Daisaku, Teruteru, Monokuma, Sojiro, Nekomaru, and surprisingly enough, your heavy hitters fan vote, Kole from Genshin Impact, Liko, Tiki, Reiko, Keiji, Naoto, Sakura, Yuta, Nagito, Sayaka. Your pick for your last placer's fan vote, Crazy Hyoko, extra large, Juzo, and in a stunning 22.7% of the vote tie. 22.7% of the vote went to the Bug Hunters, 22.7% of the vote went to Twin Magic. And it felt wrong to rob either one of them. So they will be sharing that spot in the tag team finale. Crazy Yoko, Fatogami, Shamir, Nekomaru, Kanji, Mishima, and Sayaka. I think that is the first real tie that we've had. I think I would have had to break a tie one time, but that other person also won another fan vote, so I was like, oh, well, it doesn't really matter. But that's where we are right now. We'll do a quick Control F alive because we lost quite a few. 66 remain. Still have a pretty decently sized game to go. But we lost quite a few. We lost 43. But we'll slow scroll. We'll see everybody who's left. And of course this game has no implications for the stats because, well, there's a bunch of people competing multiple times. That hasn't, I think that's only happened like once in actual action. Where we had like 4 Sonyas complete because she popped off one season. And still has not won a title. I'm a little sad for her, but we still got 3 fan votes to unveil. 4 of them are there. Let's see who else gets revealed as we proceed. And night 1 begins with Iris and Nagito are preparing for Spooky Month by doing the spooky dance. Sakura proceeds to kill them because it's not Halloween. Maki grabs Daisaku by the throat. Cross-teaming fan vote grabs a kitchen knife, hopefully it's just for self-defense. Shuichi burns down Avi's wares and despairs. Shuichi swears it was an accident, but Ruka says she saw the whole thing, saw Shuichi deliberately burn it down. Well, I believe the champ more than the non-champ. I gotta let it slide. Shuichi then buys a deed to a house and can have parties every week, baby Toko. Befriends a Komodo dragon wearing a small pair of aviator goggles. Mitsurai slices at Togami's eyes and now he's blind. Kyutaro Kai, Nagisa have a scrum with Fat Togami Joker and Togami over who is better, the squad or the entourage. The answer is very obvious here. Kotoko sings a lullaby to Ningguang. Kazuichi dyes his hair blue. I don't like it. Chihaya sets up her camp for the night. Thinking quickly, Kotoko constructs a homemade gun using only some string, a squirrel, and a gun. Nagito deliberately burns down Avi's wares and despairs. Nagito swears it was an accident, but Nagito says he saw Nagito deliberately burn it down. Because Avi believes Nagito more than Nagito, he lets the whole ordeal slide. And because he has Nagito insurance. Chi-Chi and Jack have a scrum debate with Monokid, Sayaka, and Nagisa. They argue with who the best girl in Danganronpa is. Prom. Can't decide whether the gatekeeper should live or die. He's that guy, of course he should live. Wanderer uses a samurai sword to strike down Crazy Oak Extra Large. Crazy Oak Extra Large is like, hit me, I'm already in the finale. Nekomaru receives Yakiniku from an unknown sponsor. Olivia's unknown sponsor to AEV. Do I sense some bias here? I do love Olivia. Seiko dyes her hair blue. If it's like a pale blue, it might be okay. Chisa eats a sandwich to fully restore her health. Misfortune fanvote buys every single version of Uno from AV's Wares in Space. Grand Boy prays to Utu that he makes it out of there. With minimal bloodshed, of course. Monokuma makes a hot stew for dinner before bedding down for the night. Maki grabs Taka by the throat. Hiro makes a banquet for Violet and Yelan. They both love the food. Anyone else's hands, a microphone is just a microphone, but in Fat Togami's hand it's a pipe bomb. Champ Slayer fan vote is so desperate to kill Sayaka that they create a clone out of Sayaka and killed said clone. Goodness gracious. Nagisa, Nagito, Komeiji, and Hiroko all find a big red button. They all watching horrors. Nagisa presses that button. You've doomed us all, they say, expecting something bad to happen, but nothing happens, leaving Nagisa disappointed and everyone else relieved. Masaru convinces Monosuke to snuggle with him. Noel has no more motivation. Oda and Nagito start prepping for Spooky Month by doing the spooky dance. Nagisa grabs Kokichi by the throat. Crazy Oko gets a hold of my soundboard and plays something absolutely glorious. You're dang right she did, I'm letting it play. Tinko has the whole world in her hands. How delightful. Crazy Girl thinks about home, and home is so glorious. The gatekeeper, Mukuro and Naoto ambush Nekomaru, but Nekomaru is able to fend them all off using just a broomstick. Leon asks Camilla to help him go to sleep. Camilla lifts him up onto her shoulders, dropping Leon's head onto her knee. Leon is out cold as we go through another day, but I must switch to music because Chi-Chi, Toko, Nagisa, Monokuma, Naoto, and Chrom are all forced to play the majority game. Chrom received the most votes, but unfortunately for the others, he was a sacrifice. So everyone else got executed. He chose Naoto to be saved. Well, think about it like this. Naoto, I think, is, Toko as well. Naoto and Toko were the only two people other than him who were not already on a bracket. And so, Chrom said, we gotta team up, let's do this. But we must go on. As Komeiji hands Noel and Nagisa an invitation to his birthday party, they both tear up the invitation before his eyes. Gosh, really? Is this comedy that bad? I think he's pretty funny. Shuichi confides in Seiko. Seiko takes notes so she can exploit the champion later. Goodness gracious. Kyutaro hangs up mistletoe in the arena. It's no longer December. This does not end well for Kyutaro. Togami is ready for the year of the Grand Boy? Me too, actually. Wanderer diverts Monosuke's attention, runs away. Kai and Camilla argue over who gets to like the red Chaos Emerald. Shuichi and Mukuro talk about their lives. Crazy Oko and Yelan kiss underneath the mistletoe. Cross-teaming fan vote Hiroko and Masaru do the torture dance whilst torturing Mitarai. Jack receives a gift from a secret admirer. It's a sword. Gatekeeper is pricked while thorns while picking berries. Togami, Taka, and Chisa find the Triforce, but before they can distribute the powers of the Triforce to each other, Nagisa kills everyone and takes the Triforce for himself. A dangerous soul. Nekomaru signs a petition to change American Yeetball to football. Fiend. Kotoko wakes up from a long nap, and then her Misfortune fan vote, and Daisaku hold an intervention for my pancake addiction. They are all confused entirely on what an intervention is, and I'll tell you what. For a second I thought my pin disappeared, but it is right here. They don't know what it is, they just give me a bunch of pancakes, and I'll tell you what. Kotoko, Daisaku, and the Misfortune fan vote are all going on to the World Pancake Championship match. Who is the Misfortune fan vote? We'll find out soon. Nekomaru tries to sleep the entire day. Nagito accidentally blurts out the fact that he likes the Champ Slayer fan vote in an episodic way. Champ Slayer fan vote accepts the accidental confession wholeheartedly. I wonder who it is. Monokid fishes. Joker exclaims, not the Naegis for no reason in particular. Nagito thinks so. AV has an addiction to getting new addictions. No. I refuse. Tatsugami takes a sip of scalding hot liquid. It proves too much for him, spits it into Tenko's face. Oh, she's gonna call you a degenerate male. Name a more iconic trio than Chihaya, Ningguang, and Gatekeeper. I'll wait. Fair enough. AV confuses Hiro for Hilda. How? They both start with H. Nagito, I'm sorry, AV confuses Nagito for Hilda. How? Well, that one's a little bit more difficult. They both are incredibly loyal. I guess. Violet falls into a frozen lake and drowns. Sakura's allergies are so bad she leaves the arena back to April. The youth sneezed to nowhere. Nagito and Nagisa talk about their lives. Olivia confides in Ruruka. Crazy Yoko poisons Kazuichi's drink but mistakes it for her own and dies. That sounds like a Crazy Yoko thing to do. Fatsugami smacks the taste out of Oda's mouth. Sayaka asks for Mitsurai's axolotl. Mitsurai is confused, and Lean prepares the museum for my artwork. Get the museum ready. Get the picture frames, and unless there's an arena event, which there is not, we lost another 13. We're starting to dwindle every single day after this Clear Day Lune 4. Iris, Nagito, Crazy Yoko Extra Large, Chi-Chi, Toko, Nagisa, Monokuma, Kyutaro, Togami, Taka, Chisa, Violet, Crazy Hyoko. We must keep going. We are down to what? 53? Right, we lost 13? Yeah, 53 remain. And I'm not gonna go through all of them because we got ourselves a big old episode and it's a special episode, so let's proceed. And scroll down. We now see all these people. A lot of them already on the bracket, but some of them do need that final spot. And keep in mind that the secret episode, usually I post the secret episode in this, in the eye icon of this episode, but I don't think I'm going to do that. I'm gonna post it in the eye icon of the last episode of the season, the championship episode for Shuichi's title, because there's technically one spot. If you find the secret episode, you could fill out the singles bracket with one more spot. And so you have until the Sunday before the singles finale. I think that gives you a week from Sunday. Correct. After the Sunday, you got a week. But for right now, we must proceed, and we start with Daisaku submitting an application to join the squad. Sayaka, Crazy Yoko, and Fatsugami just come to debate with Nagito, and the Wanderer. They argue over who the best boy in Danganronpa is. Nagito, I'm sure, is going to maybe not actually say himself. Every day, Mitsurai imagines a future where he could be with Haruka. In a team-building exercise, Mitsurai and Shuichi tell each other what they hate about one another. Joker and Monosuke walk under the mistletoe. Joker goes to kiss Monosuke, but gets stabbed by Monosuke because nope, not interested. To build each other's trust, Nagito and Hiroko do trust falls. In the very first instance, Nagito steps aside and lets Hiroko fall to the ground. You're not gonna like that. Komeiji receives medical supplies from an unknown sponsor. Nekomaru sets off an explosive, killing Sakura, Kotoko, and Kai, and Naoto. My gosh. Yeah, and Nekomaru's doing it again! These Nekomarus are popping off! Yelan, who works at Yoko's, is sick and tired of people from AV's burning it down, so she burns down AV's wares and despairs. I'll remember that, Yelan. I hope you lose your titles. Nekomaru, and I love Yelan too, rolls a nat 20 on intimidation, gives Nagisa, Shuichi, and Jack all heart attacks. Masaru gets a little mismatch on his side. Fatsugami throws Gatekeeper off a cliff and does the same to Hiro. Nagisa then runs down the cliff with Nagisa's body, does it again, and then does it to Kazuichi too. Champ Slayer's fan vote goes to let all the dogs out. It was them who did it. No else. Etches a sketch to the tree. Crom takes it as a threat from his own tag team partner, Gatekeeper ain't afraid to know it's Ghost. Cross-teaming fan vote challenges Camilla and Lee into an anything goes pancake eating competition. Camilla eats the most pancakes, earns entry into the World Pancake Championship match, which is tomorrow? Question mark? Yeah, we'll say it's tomorrow. I got time to do it. Oda signs a position to change American football to Yeet Ball. Kotoko has no weaknesses. The ghostly howls of wolves wakes up Monokid. Nagito finds the Infinity Gauntlet, misplaces it. How unlucky. How unlucky indeed. Seiko is disqualified from the games for committing tax evasion. Ningguang grabs Kokichi by the throat. Misfortune fan vote finds a bigger weapon, decides to leave it be. Togami asks the Grand Boy to murder Tenko, to which the Grand Boy declines. Livy was too cute for this world, true, ascended to a different plane of existence, and Mukuro buys a plush of Chihaya and cuddles with her. We actually lost quite a few, mainly due to the Nekamarus, but more things will more than likely happen. Just like Shuichi, Togami, Mitarai, all corner Mitarai when he suddenly pulls out a grappling hook, handed to him by himself, and uses it to escape. Daisaku chases Tenko around with a mace. Fat Togami attempts to climb a tree but falls on a Chihaya, killing them both. Misfortunate fan vote falls into a pit but somehow lives. Sayaka, Mukuro, and Fat Togami corner the Gatekeeper. He's got a grappling hook too! Where do we sell those? At AV's Wares and Despairs. Get them. They don't sell Mayokos. I promise. Don't check. Noelle receives a first aid kit from the comment section. Good job, comment section. I'm proud of y'all. For a moment there, he thought that he saw Junko and Omama. Clearly the Grand Boy's just seeing things. Right? Ruka convinces Nekomaru not to kill her, only to kill him instead, stopping his reign of terror. Camilla commits Zora. Nekomaru, his reign of terror continues because he poisons Nagito's drink, he drinks it and dies. On a scale of 1 to 10, how much do you hate Yelan? You know what? I'm gonna say 2. I like her a lot, but I think there's a couple things on like her design that I'm like, that's an interesting design choice. Anyway, Monosuke puts a pair of stutter shades on, increasing his aesthetic level tenfold, making Wanderer and Masaru envious. Ningguang is theorizing how best to counter AV's jinx. Leon steps on a Lego brick wall barefoot, shrugs off the pain. Monokid uses a secret technique, running away. Nagito unleashes his final smash on himself and Hiroko. They both lose their final stock. My gosh. Crazy Yoko performs the Norian tradition of making Kotoko close 5 minutes after they meet. Cross-Team fan vote falls, finds a Yeet Ball. Big Yeets. Komeiji, Nagito, and Crom hold an intervention for my pancakes. I'm gonna show up because I kind of love Crom. That's real dad. Komeiji, love him. He is a dad. And Nagito, I need to re-up my Nagito insurance. That's what it is. But I'm not gonna pay attention to what they're saying. Champ Slayer fan vote finds a secret stash of pancakes that I hypothetically hinted at, and Oda wakes up from a long nap. We lost a good chunk of those, thanks to the Nekamarus, goodness gracious. It is a hefty Claire de Lune 4. Joker, Sakura, Kotoko, Kai, Naoto, Nagisa, Shuichi, Jack, Gatekeeper, Hiro, Nagisa, Kazuichi, Seiko, Olivia, Fat Togami, Chihaya, Nekomaru, Nagito, Hiroko. Just the back-to-back ones kind of get me. We have to keep on going, though. We lost. Was it 21 or 23? We're at 32. That's all that matters. We still have an Oda who's trying to block, a Yelan who's trying to block. For singles, a Ruruku who's trying to block, a Fat Togami who's trying to join the singles bracket, I believe, and so is Togami. As we keep on keeping on for tags, Wanderer's trying to win it for Rantaro, Gatekeeper trying to win it for Chisa and Mr. H. Last singles has Monosuke and Monokid trying to sneak onto the bracket. For the teams, we have Clean Slice for Komeiji trying to win for Pekko and for Genocide Jack. Ningguang trying to win for Nagisa and Togami. The Grand Boys trying to live and win, yes. For Diona and for Morgana. These two are both trying to block Kotoko and Mitarai. Clean Sweep has Leon. Tenko trying to carry on for her partners, Sarah and Maki. As we keep on keeping on, of course we have our top 5 teams. All 3 members of this team still in. They are not on the bracket. Neither is Mukuro for her team, Nekomaru for his, or Camilla for hers. So everyone in the top 5 teams, I believe, wanted to win this one. A few of them still could. Singles KOs, Shuichi and and Mitarai still trying to win this whole thing. And Nekomaru, however, has perished from carrying the team. Crazy Yoko still could win for for Iris and Olivia. Nagito trying to do it for himself in terms of cumulative season and for all time. But we look at our fan votes, 3 of them are still in. They're all technically trying to block too. When you think about it, because they're all on the bracket now. Let's proceed and see if that happens. We have a couple people, and actually a good chunk of people, now I'm thinking about it because we only have 32 left, that could sneak onto the bracket, mainly tag teams, but we'll see as we proceed. As Crazy Yoko exploits Noel's kindness and has to do various humiliating tasks for her. Crazy Yoko, you monster. Daisaku teaches the grand boy and cross-teaming fan vote how to use ice magic. How do you know how to use ice magic? Camilla throws a Molotov at Oda out of the fire dissipates. Camilla's perfectly okay somehow. Yelan, Masaru, and regular Togami find the Triforce. Yelan's got the Triforce of Courage, Masaru Wisdom, and Togami Power. Ruka poisons Crom's drink, he drinks it and dies. Misfortune fan vote, this is actually a Lost Dimension event. Misfortune fan vote, Lian, Mitarai, Mukuro, Sayaka, Komeiji, Ningguang, Nagito, Shuichi, Kotoko, and Wander all forced to vote out which of them is a traitor, and have that traitor be executed. Nagito is voted as the traitor. It's turned to dust. Unfortunate. But you know what Nagito does as well? Enjoys some mozzarella sticks with Monokid. Unable to get a fire going, Champ Slayer fan vote, Tenko and Gatekeeper are forced to huddle together for warmth. Nekomaru stabs Mitarai in the back. Young Mitarai, he's gone. Fat Togami is tied up and gagged to a chair while Monosuke gives him the worst torture imaginable watching Mamaduke 2022 on loop. We still have a day to get through. And that day sees Lian bash Haruka's head in with a mace. Togami puts all of his faith into Atua. Shuichi tells a frustrated Oda to chill out, dude. Tenko and Mukuro are battling in the water, both unable to kill one another, so they have to swim away. Nakamaru Wanderer, cross-teaming fan vote, and Mitarai raid Masaru's camp while he's hunting the Grand Boy. Can't wait to kill Sayaka this game. She's still in. Monosuke finds her amazing Viking ship. Monokid stabs Komeiji with a tree branch. That wasn't a clean slice. Gatekeeper tends to Daisaku's wounds. Camilla holds the Misfortune fan vote underwater. The Misfortunate fan vote does the same. They're unable to kill each other, swim away. Ningguang confides in Yelan. Yelan takes note so she can exploit her later. Oh my gosh. How could you two? Y'all are homies. Crazy Yoko mails Avi some brand new socks. You love to see it. Nagito asks if Sayaka likes both. Sayaka says no. Noel confides in Kotoko, and Champ Slayer's fan votes thinks that Avi has an addiction to get new addictions. We didn't lose that many, just another 6. But that does bring us deep into the 20s as we hit a Clear Day Lune 4. Crom, Nagito, Young Mitarai, Fat Togami, Ruruka, Komeiji. And let's think out loud about this. We got 26 left. We kind of just went through everybody. Oda and Yelan clearly trying to block. Togami wants a spot. Wanderer wants a spot. Gatekeeper wants a spot. These two want a spot as well. Ningguang wants a spot. Kotoko trying to do the block for singles. Grand Boy and Daisaku both want a spot. Yeah, that's right. Oh, they could carry on for Country Roads or for Cataclysm. Interesting. Lian and Tenko still hanging in there. Masaru and Noel for their team. Nakamaru for his, and Camilla for hers. Shuichi, Mitarai want the block. Crazy Yoko, she wants it. Nagito wants it, and so does Sayaka. And then everyone else is gone except for these 3 fan votes. 26 remain, and the majority of people could earn a spot. Only a few could block, but it's the Hunger Games. And one round could bring us real close and just get rid of everyone who wants a spot, just like Mukuro hating Monokid so badly they should create a squad against Monokid. Monosuke sends for tables. Wanderer doesn't understand why. Shuichi hesitates to kill Mitarai, so Mitarai blows himself off with a grenade. Well, okay. Camilla, Crazy Yoko, Togami, Noah all find a big red button they watch in horrors. Camilla presses that button. You've doomed us all, expecting something bad to happen, but instead, the horn bearers appear, and once again they sound the horns. Double time. Not paying them double time. I pay them by the hour. That's why this episode has to be shorter than an hour. Otherwise, I gotta pay the horn bearers more, so we gotta keep going. We gotta go quick. Tenko finds a sleeping Grand Boy, dusts off her shoulder, raises her hand, waves it in front of her face, punches the Grand Boy in the face. The ultimate Jinx comments on what Leon's doing. Nekamaru walks up to Leon, says, "That's rough, buddy." Nagito ships Oda and Masaru. They are both incredibly uncomfortable, fair enough. Cross-teaming fan vote loads their shotgun with a physical form of murderous intent. Ningguang grabs a dumbbell and starts working out. Misfortune fan vote and the Gatekeeper discusses that this big stone is all boulder or a rock. Yelan receives spaghetti from an unknown sponsor. You do enjoy your spaghetti. Daisaku adopts the Chancellor fan vote as his child, and Kotoko tucks Sayaka in and gives him a goodnight kiss. I don't actually think we lost but one, right? Yeah, just Mitsurai blowing himself up. Goodness gracious. We'll proceed to day 5. Oda sets up an ice cream shack. Misfortune comes and buys some. It was delicious. Shuichi is stronger than he appears. Noelle, the Chancellor fan vote, and Daisaku begin to avoid. Daisaku actually triumphantly kills them both, so we will be revealing one more. The Grand Boy puts cat ears on the Wanderer. He's actually kind of cute. Me, the Ultimate Jinx, comments on how well Masaru is doing, which I kind of did. Leon watches Masaru accepts his fate, missteps essentially, and walks right off of a cliff. Togami receives medical supplies from an unknown sponsor as we keep on going. Name a more iconic trio than Monokid, Monosuke, and Tinko. I feel like Tinko hates this. But oh wait, Kotoko uses her secret technique, running away! The Gatekeeper. Sayaka and Yelan join the Adventurers Guild. The Gatekeeper is a righteous knight, fair enough. Sayaka's a wise wizard. Oh no, she knows magic now. Someone stop her. And Yelan is a janitor. She's undercover. Cross-teaming fan vote puts on a pair of radical shades, shade says a one-liner, then puts on a second pair of radical shades on top of the first pair. Their coolness level is so high, Camilla dies from exposure. Crazy Yoko sees a completely pale Nagito, washed ashore. Unmoving, revives him with CPR. Nakamaru makes a poem for Ningguang, and Mukuro finds Shuichi's hat and puts it on. We are now dipping deep into the end of territory. As you can see, we already see our Champ Slayer fan vote. Might as well reveal them with a Claire de Lune 4. Young Mitsurai. Noelle. Ibuki Mi Oda. Your Champ Slayer fan vote. Masaru. And Camilla. Well, we'll see everybody's statuses once more. Once again, we are down to, do we have 26 before? 21. I'm gonna say that that's right. Oda, Gaylon. Togami, Wanderer. Gatekeeper, Monosuke, Monokid. Ningguang, Kotoko, the Grand Boy, Daisaku, Leon, Tinko, Mukuro, Nakamaru, Shuichi still with the block, Crazy Yoko, Nagito, Sayaka, and 2 unrevealed fan votes. Will they get revealed? I mean, they will. But will they win? I don't know, let's see. 21 close tier saving grace picks. There could have been an arena event. More than likely not going to be the feast, but hey, anything could happen. Just like Daisaku reminiscing about the year of the aviator, Ningguang eats turducken, yum. Hopefully she can walk it off during the game. Monosuke thinks he's the protagonist. In actuality, Kotoko's the protagonist, and Monosuke is a quirky comic relief character. Gatekeeper stands outside of Togami's camp with a candy pail. Togami gives Gatekeeper a king-size candy bar, like he deserves. Like he deserves. Leon, the Grand Boy, Nakamaru, and Cross-Teaming Fanvo tell each other ghost stories to lighten the mood. Crazy Yoko stands outside of Wanderer's camp with a candy pail. Wanderer gives Crazy Yoko a king-size candy bar. Wanderer, a good lad. Who would have thunk? Oda never wants to hear Megalovania ever again. Monokid sings a romantic song to Mukuro. They lean in for a tender kiss, and Monokid notices Nagito filming them, which makes Monokid shout at Nagito. Yelan and Tinko get into a submission match. Yelan lock Tinko in the ankle lock. Wait. Yelan is locked in Tinko's ankle lock, actually. Tinko, of course. She's fighting out here. Yelan taps out and must leave the arena. Sayaka's getting ready for AV Mania. She's technically undefeated at AV Mania. That hurts. That's bad. And me, the Ultimate Jinx, comments on while Shuichi's doing Misfortune Fanboy rather. Shuichi walks up to him, or them, and stabs them. How unfortunate. A truly unfortunate way to go out. Fitting. So fitting. However, it is day 6, and Gatekeeper ambushes Ningguang and just murders her, just murks her. Oda fishes. Shuichi finds the remains of a Viking ship. Togami accidentally blurts out the fact that he likes Tinko in an opposonic way. Tinko says ill affection, or more accurately, ill degenerate male, and kills Togami. Cross-Teaming Fanboy reminisces about season 3. We'll see about that. Monica throws a discarded dumbbell in Daisaku's head. Monosuke receives fresh blood. I'm sorry, not fresh blood from an unknown sponsor. That'd be it. He's not gonna bleed out. But he gets food from a mysterious man dressed as a wizard. He doesn't need food either. Anyway, Leon uses a seesaw effect to kill Nagito. Grand Boy, Nakamaru, and Kotoko receive report cards evaluating their performance this game. The Grand Boy gets an A, Nakamaru with a C, even though I think he probably deserves an A too, and Kotoko with a big fat F. Sayaka becomes spherical. Spherical! Wanderer steals a tray of Mukuro's freshly baked cookies, and Crazy Yoko violently shakes a tree to knock loose some fruit. What a crazy way to do so. We lost another 6. And first of all, look at what you've done. Look at what you all have done. You can get a closer look as we hit a Claire de Lune 4. Yelan. your misfortunate fan vote, by a long shot, Justice Hammer 1, giving Justice Hammer 1 the opportunity to walk out with the singles and tag team titles at the end of the season. Ningguang, Togami, Daisaku, and Nagito. Y'all are tripping. But we'll see everybody's statuses. We are down to 15. Just 5 more into your saving race picks. We will probably get the feast this round, but we have Oda still in here, Wanderer still in here, the Gatekeeper still in here, Monosuke and Monokid, the Grand Bully, Kotoko, Lien, Tenko, Mukuro, Nakamaru, Shuichi, Crazy Yoko, Sayaka, and one more fan vote. Let's see how this one goes. 15 left. We are drawing nearer to the end. And let's see who ends this, because the Danganronpa Hunger Games Champion of Champion from the end of this season travels back in time and kills Sayaka, the Gatekeeper, and Monokid. Who are they, you ask? We can only find out in due time, and I'll tell you what, that time is coming very soon. Who killed Sayaka, Gatekeeper, and Monokid? Y'all remember this. Y'all remember this, because when it comes down to the championship, remember that that person traveled back in time and took out all 3 of these. Took out all 3 of these competitors. I'm gonna have to write that. I'm gonna have to like jot that down and be like, oh, they got 3+ kills. Kotoko. Challenges. Oh well, I guess they wouldn't get kills in this episode either. Never mind. They won't get 3+ kills in the database. But I'll tell you what, they still did it. Kotoko challenges Tenko to a dance-off. Kotoko absolutely dominates rather. Nakamaru and Lien invade Shuichi's shelter but fall victim to the booby traps put in place. Shuichi wants to win this whole thing. Nakamaru gets. I'm sorry, he's dead. Monosuke gets a hold of my soundboard and plays the secret achievement music, which I mean, we're gonna play a little bit later anyway, so it is what it is. Oda sets up a few more traps before returning to camp for the night. Crazy Uncle wants Ava to give Sayaka a chance. I don't like that. Wanderer finds a virus in the simulator and exterminates it. Mukuro's allergies keep her up all night, and cross-teaming fan votes lets the Grand Boy into their shelter. Do we see the feast? We indeed see it. Didn't even have to, I just knew in my heart of hearts, see the feast. And the cornucopia is replenished with food, weapons, and the tributes I'm sorry, not the tributes families. They didn't bring the whole tributes families here. You go, Oda! Just Oda's mom rooting him on in the cornucopia. I think I needed that middle image. Crazy Yoko, Kotoko, and Tenko get into a fight. Crazy Yoko actually triumphantly kills them both. The Grand Bully takes a staff rather leaning on the cornucopia. Wanderer finds some arrows in the cornucopia and grabs a bow, but he actually grabbed a fishing rod. What a dummy. Mukuro and Monosuke work together to drown the cross-teaming fan boat, and Shuichi falls into a frozen lake. We are now down to Crazy Yoko, Oda, the Grand Boy, Wanderer, Mukuro, Monosuke, and not Shuichi. I believe the only one who's already on a bracket right now would be Oda? Would it be Oda? Is Oda the only person who's on the brackets right now? Yeah. Alright, let's see if that happens. We'll keep going. Mukuro Bay, the Grand Boy, makes a finger gun, pretends to shoot the Wanderer. The gun actually fires, shooting the Wanderer fatally. Crazy Yoko then dies from hunger. Oda finds the Infinity Gauntlet in the cornucopia. It's gone now. He's got the misplaced. On a scale of 1 to 10, how much do you like Monosuke? I mean, like a 5. Not my favorite Monokub, not the worst Monokub. I think Monosuke is alright. But we are now down to 1, 2, 3, 4. As we proceed, we lost 11 of our 15. It is the last Clé de Lune, technically, of the episode 4. Sayaka, Gatekeeper. Monokid, Nakamaru, Lien, Kotoko, Tenko, and shockingly enough, your cross-teaming fan vote, Kazuha. Who would have thunk? Shuichi, the Wanderer, and Crazy Yoko as we see everybody's statuses, and I say, hey, there's 4 left. 2 trying to do it for tag teams, 1 trying to do it for singles, and of course, Oda trying to block every single person. Let's see how that goes. But you probably need some new picks. It was a big old game, even though I guess you could have picked somebody who had multiple people in, but I think the 4 people who are in here now only had 1 copy of themselves, which is interesting, and it's worth noting as we go to our Saving Grace picks. Let's start at the top. Oda, former tag team champion this season, just lost them last week, I believe. Oda wants to make sure nobody else gets in, wants to make sure his opportunity to get those titles back is as best as possible. Only way to do that, win right here, right now. Or have Monosuke win, who wants to join the singles bracket. Monosuke is an interesting entity right now. He is the only person who could put on the singles bracket right now. And he has no competition, all he has to do is win. Can he win though? He's got 4 KOs. Only 3 people in. He has to KO technically less people than he's already KO'd already. He's got it in him. The Grand Boy, a fan favorite, and is now potentially working with Mona and Diona to get in there with a little cataclysm in that tag team finale. Very possible, however, Soldier of Fortune, Mukuro, stands tall with Shamir. God, I love Shamir. And Naoto. Mukuro, former Agent of Chaos, still has never held a championship, wants to change that. And the only way to do that, at least this season, is to win big here. Who do you got first, second, third? Make those picks. Will it be Mukuro? Will it be Monosuke? Will it be Oda? Or will it be the one and only Grand Boy, Shuri Ludenberg? I don't know who it's going to be, but we got to close this one out. There is a 75% chance somebody joins a bracket, but Oda could stop them with a 1 in 4 shot. So between them, Oda, Monosuke, the Grand Boy, and Mukuro. They're all caught in what we like to call within our final 5. It is our final 4, and it's by the numbers, and it is indeed a crisis of fate. Let's do it. Final 4. Will Oda lock the brackets as they are, or will we see any of these competitors join with their teams, or Monosuke alone to the singles bracket? It's all about winning, and we proceed to see. Somebody will join the bracket, and it's all dependent on which bracket now. Monosuke is unable to start a fire in Super Level 1, but in anyone else's hands, a microphone is just a microphone, but in Mukuro's hand rather, it's a pipe bomb, which she uses to blow up Oda. By doing that, she has made sure that somebody will be added to the bracket, but it will not be the Grand Boy because he tried to eat his turducken, spoiled a little bit too much. It's too much for him. He dodged from his stomach pains, which means we are down to Monosuke and we are down to Mukuro in an epic 1v1. And I have to ask you, because it's about to end, just who? Will it be Monosuke? Mukuro? Neither of them have held gold, but Mukuro's trying to win it for a whole team. Soldier of Fortune. Soldier of Fortune's Naoto. Soldier of Fortune's Shamir. Mukuro wants to carry on for them. However, standing in her way is somebody who's only thinking about himself, thinking about here comes the money. Monosuke wants to be the one and only. I'm excited to find out just how this bad boy ends, because somebody will be joining one of those 2 brackets. Will it be Monosuke? Mukuro? Soldier of Fortune? Monosuke? Singles? Tag teams? Let's proceed and find out. It could be both, or it could be neither. Always gotta slide that in there, because we will have to see as we proceed. It ends with Monosuke stabbing Mukuro in the back with a trident. Never count out the Bears. This is like one of their first seasons of like consistently competing all throughout the season, and they made it known. And in this by the numbers battle, Monosuke will be heard. As we proceed, it is one final terrible turnabout for Oda, the Grand Boy, Mukuro. We've done it. We can see everybody's statuses. I could show you a million times over, but only one stands, and that one is your winner. Representing himself, hasn't had a good season at all, but did notably finish last. As we celebrate a little misfortune, it does feel fortunate that somebody who finished so terribly comes back and wins an opportunity. Your winner, and heading to that singles finale, it is Monosuke taking the win. which means we finally have our brackets filled out. Outside of someone potentially finding the secret episode, Monosuke finished off at the top, and that's what's important. Mukuro, 2nd, Grand Boy 3rd, Oda 4th, Crazy Yoko 5th, Wanderer 6th, Shuichi 7th, Cross Teaming Fanbo was an 8th, Tenko 9th, Kotoko rounding off your top 10, and we can scroll down one more again to see them all. Nagisa had so many opportunities, didn't even finish like in the top like big amount. He finished 42nd, 43rd, 61st, 48. Poor Nagisa, he had such a good season but had such a bad episode. And you know what? That's how the Hunger Games go sometimes. Just like Nekomaru, who honestly popped off a couple of times. He had 7 KOs by himself in one of them. He had another 3 for another life, another 2 for another life, another 2 on another life. He didn't waste his opportunities. He had his hands soaked. However, from top to bottom, we did get last place, one of our champion one of the few times, but Shuichi also finished in the top 7, so what can I say about that? We'll proceed again. It started with Shuichi stepping off this podium too soon, but it all ended with Monosuke stabbing Mukuro in the back. Last singles is the last single superstar on the bracket, unless somebody finds that secret achievement. I'm sorry, that secret episode, rather. This is all it. This is all she wrote. Until tomorrow. Well, that's not all she wrote. We'll do a quick scroll down. Because these statistics aren't super duper important. What's important this episode as we go back to the reaping is check it all out. First and foremost, let's bring up, let's go and bring up your OC brackets first of all. Go ahead and bring out the OC tag team brackets because we will be seeing these people compete next week. Next week it'll be OC finales Thursday and Friday. They get the normal time slot instead of the Sunday time slot. They get to go off, they get to pop off, and they get to see who becomes champion. Tag teams there, bring it up for singles. Love to see them. All filled out to their entirety. And now go ahead and bring in that tag team. Yeah, that tag team bracket. And in that same spot, we see the one and only Twin Magic and the Bug Hunters. Via your votes, claiming a spot. And then, your singles bracket, which is now pretty nearly complete. We see all those fan vote spots being filled out by your choices. And Monosuke stealing a spot via the big by the numbers battle. Sometimes losing is just enough to get you the victory. So, congratulations to you, Monosuke. Did you deserve it and earn it? You earned it. Did you deserve it? I mean, you did a pretty good job this episode, especially for someone who only had a single character entry into this big bad episode of people doubling up. Congratulations to Monosuke. He earned a spot. Will he win the title though? He wouldn't be the first Monosuke to do it. We'll have to wait and see. It is a fine day in the year of the Radiance. Tomorrow, World Pancake Championship action. And another installment of Friday Night Inferno. I'm excited to see what Wednesday is going to do about all this. However, something else you have to take in mind, next week is also on the beaten path AWE Friday Night Inferno, but next Saturday is actually Ticket to Paradise. The major live event is next Saturday, just over a week away. A week from this Saturday. We're creeping up, y'all. We're tiptoeing over there. I'm excited for it. I wonder who's gonna win those briefcases for the first time. Without further ado though, this has been a long one, and I'm taking off. World Pancake Championship match soon. All these competitors, they're going to that World Pancake Championship match. I'm looking forward to it, but until then, toodaloo, Flight Crew. As always, thanks for watching.